Hello everybody, my name's wokkamagic and welcome, I know I'm late to the game, but Doki Doki Literature Club. So, I've heard a lot about this. Never seen anything or watched any gameplays, played it before. This is all completely new to me. I just know there's a lot of twists, apparently. Yeah, so I thought why the hell not? I need a new series after that Spider-Man stint. So, I thought, why not go for something? Well, it was meant to be simple, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be good. I'm sure it'll be. So, this ding-a-ling in the background. The background music, it's just really good. It's a lot of fun. It's a nice little jingle. Oh, please enter your name. Okay. There we go. It's always a good start. Entering your name. Okay. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. This girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friends since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it's just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe... Oh, this is me. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Wokka. I mean, that's a terrible name, isn't it? Just Wokka. Or is it? I like it. Fuck you. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. This is literally just going to be me reading a lot. You realise that. So if my voice annoys you, which I'm sure it does, because why wouldn't it? You can probably not watch this. But if you like consistent talking, then why not? Keep watching. As we draw nearer, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Oh, is that my... Okay, never mind. By the way, Wokka, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Sounds exactly like my life right about now. How fucking sad. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Hey, that's not actually me. I'm used to the social world and all that. But I might know a friend who's a bit like that. I am not going to say anything else, but Maybe I do. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least. At least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever. As it's over before I know it. And it's over before I know it. Blah. I probably shouldn't do a reading game if I can't actually fucking read English. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realise that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. She's quite bubbly. It's a little fun. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to get to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to join your club. Or whatever. Close enough. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. I guess it's good intention. Nothing wrong with that. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. Simple. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Although, to be fair, we would all sell our souls for a good cupcake. You cannot deny that. We would. Cupcakes are just, glorious. So, I'm just giving you a heads up. There are 4 girls in the game, and my female vocal range ranges from terrible to garbage. So, you're not really going to get much variation between the 4. I will try, but we'll see. Probably not. I'm sorry in advance. Anyway, I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1. Okay, prepare your ears. I mean, I've used my girl voice on Sayori, so I'm not going to have much use for anything else. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Wokka, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Awkward silence. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. Apparently. And this is Yuri. She's the smartest in the club. Yuri is quite the favourite so far, even though they've only had one sentence each. Don't say things like that. Oh, look at her. She's gone all embarrassed. It's so cute. Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. Oh my god. My vocal range is terrible. It's great to see you again, Wokka. Monica smiles sweetly. Oh, that's just adorable. We know each other? Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down, Wokka. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? Ooh, I love a good cup of tea. I really do. I can drink so much tea, it's ridiculous. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh, whoa! I think that's right. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate are used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. So delicious! Sayori talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. That's literally what I do. You could just sit there for a good 5 minutes looking for the best point of attack, and then you just stuff it in your face and it goes everywhere anyway, so it's a bit of a waste of 5 minutes. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. But why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you know, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. No, she shouldn't look away. She's a gem. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be the pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. That's a good attitude. Take what you enjoy and make it special. Even if it's just for you, as long as it's special for you and you enjoy it. Crack on. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then, I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you are both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Wokka, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga! Blah. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. For you, Yuri, it certainly can. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's a good series. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Good. Horror is a good genre. Films, books. I want to say games, but fuck games. You've already seen some of my horrors. I am terrible at horrors. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eye dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? But... what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. God, I got spit all over me monitor. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give it back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! You are, but, you know. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them? Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set example and help Natsuki feel more confident in hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aww, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah! Let's do it! Plus, now that you have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Wokka? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Yeah? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Oh god, the pictures, the girls, even if they are just 2D, they are so off-putting. It makes me feel uncomfortable and not liked. I've done something wrong. But I'm sorry. I thought. Wokka, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay. I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. She is just one big bouncing bubble. She is just a bubbly thing. It's quite cute. What the hell? Shut up, phone. I don't care. Hey! You really did scare me there for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Wokka, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star, Monika, with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Netsuki clean up their food. Hey, Waka, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, Monika. And of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Famous last words. I'm sure. We'll see. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Great. We are writing a poem. Oh god, no. I actually have to put input into this? Oh god, okay. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Well, I'm obviously going straight for Yuri. I don't know why. She is adorable. I love her already. So. She obviously liked horror. Things that took you away to somewhere else. So, and deep things. So, yeah, there we go. Secretive. Anxiety. Infallible bubbles. Friends. Bed cheeks. Raindrops. Hurt. Papa. Prayer. Raindrops? Boom. 2 for 2. Holy shit, I've got to get 20 words. Are you kidding me? God, I have to get this right 20 times. Okay, jump, nightgown, breathe, fester, charm, vibrant, ribbon, puppy, blanket, music. Breathe. Okay, I think I'm online with Yuri at the moment. I'm getting used to what she likes. Unrequited, memories, tragedy, essence, melody, peace, hope, parfait, clumsy and anger. Tragedy. That was Natsuki. No, that was Sayori. Never mind. Swimsuit, sweet, fluffy, fantasy. Oh my god, really? Okay, the colours. Depression, vitality, dark, pink, nibble, sugar, clouds, tenacious, wonderful, amazing. Tenacious? Yeah, there you go. Entropy, family, atone, kitty, electricity, horror, we all know that. Intellectual, yeah. Heart, starscape, childhood, pleasure, agonizing, flee, fear, mouse, infinite. Infinite? There we go. I'm sure there's multiple here for the different girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 6, 9. I guess someone's gonna have 4. Color, calm, sensation, playground, landscape, unending, imagination. Imagination. Shopping, warm, candy, hope, climax. You get what I mean. Determination, whistle, games, lazy, covert. Covet. What? Meh. Determination. Judgment. Philosophy. Excuse me. Flying. Valentine. Fireworks, fun, headphones, whisper. Alone? No. Getting a phone call. Mother sounds sick again. Unless she still hasn't got better from last weekend. Don't know. Okay, where were we? Flying, Valentine, fireworks, fun, headphones, whisper, alone. Whisper? Nope. I mean, Natsuki isn't bad either. Neither is Sayori. But Yuri is where it's at. I mean, just look at her chibi. It's adorable. disarray. Skip. Yep. Analysis. Passion. Insight. Disown. Bliss. Beauty. Inferno. Pure captive anime passion. Ah, okay. Marriage. Universe. Graveyard. Okay, that's an option. Cheer. Lucky. Sing. Daydream. Rose. Promise. Flower. Universe. Dream. Marshmallow. Existence. Massacre. Milk. Journey. Comfort. Extraordinary. Oh. Nature. Explode. Destiny. Dazzle. Love. Cage. Cry. Time. Grief. Hopeless. Melancholy. Unstable. Shame. Awesome. Spinning. Uncanny. Silly. Afterimage? What? I don't know what that means. Unrestrained. Unrestrained. Boom! We got majority Yuri. That's what we aimed for. Hi again, Wokka. Oh, there's a save button. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We can save wherever we want. Hi again, Wokka. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Wokka. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Oh, poor thing. Don't worry, guys. Wokka always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy works without me even asking. Okay. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori. That's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Ooh, that's a good start. Hello, Yuri. How come? You and Wokka can be good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she has just put me into. Oh! Yuri even bought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Eh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Look at Yuri, she's so adorable. I mean, I don't know, Yuri is best girl and we're only 20 minutes, oh god, we're 40 minutes into the episode. Alright, time flying. It's so much fun then. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out. So, I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not be reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Oh, that is so cute. She got 2 books and she's reading it at the same time so she can discuss it with us. Ah! God, I'm in love. Yuri, best girl.
Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine.
I was focused then. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to reread some of it.
Not for any particular reason.
Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading this soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere? Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Wokka? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I shouldn't let you... I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I'd put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah? You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That's it. Reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, especially if she's Yuri. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Oh, look, she's gone so bright red. It's adorable. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But, holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Oh my god. I am so sorry. I don't know why I'm saying all of this, but she's just so adorable. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. If we continue the first chapter in silence, we continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kinda reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second-guessed all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Wakka, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. But, wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. I guess when it said in the notebook poem writing phase that something special will happen with one of the girls if you get most of the favour towards her. So the nice intimate exchange with reading together was probably Yuri and mine's, which I'm happy with. That was so cute. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write the poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't we find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems.
Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn paper from a spiral notebook. Ugh, that was a mouthful. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri! Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Oh shit, I'm so sorry. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before? Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. God, my voice is breaking. Voice is breaking. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. So many emails! Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Are you going to read this out loud to me? Because I'm finding it hard to read the handwriting. Click outside poem area to continue. Okay. Ghost under the light.
The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That's quite cute. I like that. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting.
No, you have great handwriting. I have terrible handwriting. I mean seriously terrible. My mother says it looks like a fucking 5-year-old's. Oh god, that is embarrassing. But hey ho.
Never mind. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, it's just I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Haha. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Waka.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and expressions in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Waka.
Me too. Who should I share my poem to next? Well, I guess this is probably as good a spot as any to stop. Because, God, I've been recording for an hour now. Damn. You probably won't be an hour. I mean, I got a phone call in the middle of it. But, no. I am actually really enjoying this. All the girls are cute, but Yuri is best girl. There's no two ways about it. She is just so cute. So, we shall continue with this next episode. I'm surprisingly enjoying this. I mean, some of the... Well, it's actually my first visual novel I've played. But a lot of new games usually start off quite slow. This is quite a... I have nothing to compare this to. I haven't played any other visual novels. So, okay, it's good. I am enjoying it. I am looking forward to progressing things with Yuri. Because Yuri, best girl. So, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And, as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!